There is one and only reason why you feel stuck right now. An invisible wall between the life you dream and the life you want. It's not lack of time. It's not lack of motivation. It's not even lack of talent. It's the way you think change has to happen. Maybe you have big dreams in life. Maybe you want to get rich. Maybe you want to start that business. Maybe you want to move abroad. Maybe you want to be someone who you are actually proud of. And you start working toward those dreams, and every day start feeling like the same because you do set of activities again and again and again. Month pass by, years pass by, and you see very little progress, and you start questioning yourself, am I even reaching closer to my dream? Am I even doing the right thing? And slowly and swiftly these doubts start building up, and just to make sure you don't overthink, you stop thinking about your dream, and you stop moving, and you settle for less. I can completely understand each and every feelings, each and every doubts that you are going through, because not too long ago I was someone who had big dreams in life. But every time I start working toward those dreams, there was this small voice in the back of my head which asked me this question, am I even capable enough to reach to my dreams? And it felt like there was this huge mountain in front of me, and every time I start to climb the mountain, with each and every step, my legs felt heavier because of self doubt, because of overthinking, and I was never able to reach to the top, and I always give up in the process. Until one day, when I discovered this small habit, which actually changed the way I was living my life. It's actually funny how I discovered this method, but I was watching this movie, which was about this guy who used to climb different mountains. And in this movie, he was in the process of climbing Mount Everest, and he was standing at the bottom of the Everest and explaining how hard it is to stand there and think about reaching the top, because the top is not even visible because of the weather, because of the clouds, and you stand there and think, how the fuck I'm going to reach at the top, because it seems impossible from there. And he explained a small method which I called Domino Method, and he said, like, instead of thinking about reaching to the top of the mountain, think about taking the next step, right? Because if you think about reaching to the top, you start getting anxious, you start getting, you start doubting yourself, you start overthinking, and in the process of reaching to the top, you make mistakes. So instead of thinking about reaching to the top, you think about taking the next step, right? And it actually hit me. And after the movie, I start digging into Domino Method and how I can implement this in my life. Now the question is, what exactly is Domino Method and how can you implement this in your life? In a nutshell, if I talk about Domino Method, it's about breaking a big target into a smaller achievable goals which you can achieve, and making sure that you actually achieve those smaller goals one by one. For example, let's say you want to become a millionaire in 2 years of time, and you have $0 in your bank account right now. And if you start making plans to become a millionaire right now with $0, it becomes very hard for you to imagine you being a millionaire in the next 2 years, because you have no plan, you have no money, you have no idea, and it's too big of a target. And you start asking yourself these questions, am I even going to reach to the top? Am I even going to achieve that target? And after 100 days, after 200 days, you give up on becoming a millionaire, and you just reach at that point after 2 years, and you again give yourself a time of 2 years, and this keep on increasing again and again. So instead of thinking about millionaire when you have $0 in your bank account, think about how I am going to achieve $500 in the next 2 months, how I am going to achieve $10,000 in the next 6 months, how I am going to achieve 100,000 in the next 1 year. So what happens, these smaller targets are actually achievable, and you start believing that you can actually achieve $500 in the next 2 months, and you make plans which are very applicable to achieve $500, $10,000, and slowly and swiftly you hit the target of 500, 10,000, 500,000, and then in future $1 million. So this is what a domino method looks like. The pain of staying still is always more than the pain of taking the first step. Sure, it's uncomfortable to move forward, it's scary to start, but living every day knowing that you are capable of more, that is a different kind of pain. The kind of pain that kills you slowly. So, on days when it feels heavy, when it feels like nothing is working for me, my dreams are way too far, I am stuck, I remind myself one domino at a time. Instead of sitting there and worrying about all these different kind of problems, I just make sure I send those 50 emails. I make sure I do that 40 minutes of workout. I go for a run. The set of activities that will bring me closer to hitting the next domino. And with that being said, I want to end this video and I want you to hit your next damn domino.